Hello, my name is Roger Gibson. I'm a church warden here at St Albans. With my wife Doris, we've been worshipping here since the 1970s. So of course we've seen some changes in all that time. I worked in London for 30 years. I was an administrative officer with the Greater London Council. And after that, I worked in Ifield. I worked for the Ifield Park Home for the Elderly for some 6 years. I was the secretary and bursar there.
What would you normally be doing this time tomorrow?
As I'm now retired, I don't have to keep to a set routine, although I do try to make a schedule for myself. Firstly, I would go and check the emails. There'd usually be some about business for the church, and I would need to deal with those, and of course there would be others. After that, I used to go up to the local shops to buy myself a paper, maybe go into the chemist if we needed anything. On a Monday, when I got home, I'd read all about the weekend football, and then, well, there might be some jobs that needed to be done.
What will you actually be doing this time tomorrow?
Well, as I'm over 70, in fact over 80, I'm still subject to the lockdown rules, and I'm not going out at all. Apart from that, not much has changed from previously, except I can't go to the shop or get my paper. As it happens, tomorrow we're expecting an engineer to call and hopefully mend our dishwasher, which is broken.
What are the challenges and joys you normally face?
Well, the challenges are the challenges of old age. Facing up to the fact that I can't do as much as I used to do. Things take longer to do, and I'm not so mobile. The brain doesn't work as fast as it used to, and I have senior moments. Also, I find it difficult to get to grips with what we used to call new technology. They may not call it that now. As for the joys, I've had a very happy marriage. We're still together. It will be 60 years next year, God willing. We have a lovely, caring family. And it's a joy to see the grandchildren growing up and starting out in the world. Another joy is St Albans. There's a really good fellowship here, and you can feel the love in the place as soon as you step through the door on a Sunday morning.
What are the challenges and joys you will be facing at the moment?
Well, the challenges are the same. There's a particular joy at the moment, and that is the wonderful spring weather that we've been enjoying. The beautiful blue skies, the birdsong, which you can hear to perfection this year because there's no noise from the aircraft. The blossom and the flowers in the garden, which have come so early. I can't ever remember a spring like it.
In what ways can we pray for you?
As a church warden, I have certain responsibilities, and I don't always feel I'm up to carrying them out. So I would certainly appreciate prayers for support and guidance to fulfil this role. On a larger scale, pray for peace in the world. I was a child in the Second World War. I can remember the devastation and the hardships of that time. Since then, Europe has been at peace for 75 years. It's probably the first time since the Roman era that there have been no wars between the nations. I didn't have to go and fight like my father and my father-in-law. I don't want my grandchildren to have to, but I'm very worried by the nationalism and extremism that seems to be arising again. So a prayer for peace seems an appropriate note to end on. Thank you and goodbye.